And welcome back to A Podcast in Space and Time. I'm Kendal Coffee.
And I'm Holden B. Huffman.
And today we are reviewing Doctor Who Season 2, Episode 8, The Impossible Planet. So, this episode...
Why?
It's like...
Why? It's so bad.
It's so not subtle in any way.
I will admit it was more enjoyable than the last episode, just because it was so hokey and pokey with it.
Yeah. Like, I feel like there was a good episode in here somewhere if the villain of the episode was not literally Satan.
Right. Yeah, no. But before we really get into this episode, Kendal, I have something to tell you.
What is it?
Earlier today, Doctor Who made an announcement today that I want to tell you. And this is really going to date the episode of how far in advance we record it. Because as of today of the recording, it is August 9th. But earlier today, Doctor Who announced that Christopher Eccleston will be reprising his role as the Ninth Doctor for the Big Finish audio series.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Very exciting.
We were like literally just talking about 9 coming back recently.
Right, we were talking about that during one of our Series 1 episodes about how it would be awesome for him to return for the Big Finish.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Oh, I am too.
I love 9 so much. I keep meaning to get into the audio series.
I do too. I really do too. I need to.
I know there's like good stuff in there.
Like recently, there's the Time Lord Victorious series going on.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to get into because that's spoiler territory for future stuff.
Right.
So yeah, I just wanted to quickly tell you that before we really dive deep into this episode.
That's exciting, and we'll have to check that out.
Oh yeah. Maybe do a review of it. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. If we run out of material.
Dude, the way I've got this set up, we'll be going on from till like 2023 until we're caught up to where
it'll be a while.
To Series 12. And then by then there will be even more seasons.
Subscribe to our non-existent Patreon if you want to hear us review the audio series.
Maybe one day. We have one fan, so
well, so far we have
5 subscribers.
Our one very loyal fan who we love very much and who comments on all of our episodes. I see you and I appreciate you.
Yes. Okay, back to the Impossible Planet. So we kept a count of how many times 2 words were said.
Yeah, we kept count of all the uses of the word impossible, which counting the title was 6. And then how many times they said hell, which
was also 6.
I wonder if there's another word that they repeated 6 times that we didn't notice.
It could have been the beast.
Yeah.
Satan, anything like that.
I think they did only say Satan once, to be fair to the non-subtlety of this episode.
Oh, yeah. This episode was so subtle.
Yeah. It felt like those really old school, like, creepy Christian movies that, like, you know, were made basically just to, like, freak Christian youth out and keep them from doing drugs or whatever.
The Left Behind series.
Yeah. Yeah, it had that kind of vibe.
Now, I do know there was one particular Christian movie from way back when about, like, everything going on with, like, Revelation and stuff like that that particularly freaked me out.
Yeah, that was a big thing, like, I guess from, like, the 90s to the, like, somewhere in the 2000s.
Right.
They were making a lot of stuff like that.
When did it stop? We don't know. They're still... Listen, what's his name? Nicolas Cage did a reboot of Left Behind, and that went nowhere. So who knows?
I mean, we all had like high hopes that Nicolas Cage's Left Behind movie was going to absolutely slap and revitalize the apocalypse genre.
Right? No,
Uh,
gosh, I'm trying to find the title of that movie. It has Howie Mandel in it. So right now, I'm just on Howie Mandel's Wikipedia looking for it, which is so bizarre for Howie Mandel
yeah.
to be in that. Shoot. Okay, I guess it was technically a film. Tribulation.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like that genre.
Mm-hmm.
Tribulation.
Oh yeah,
We
and
all,
Mr. T was in one of them. I remember that. Mr. T was in one of them. I pity the fool who worships Satan.
also, we had some weird technical difficulties. Wow.
At the beginning, yeah, like at the beginning, we really didn't want to do the episode, but then as soon as the episode started, my something weird. I'm not entirely sure what happened to my microphone.
Yeah, I
But it
couldn't hear
just
you for like
stopped.
several minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Satan doesn't want us listening to this.
It was Satan telling us not to watch this episode.
I don't want you watching this episode. That's my Dr. Claw impersonation, by the way.
I thought it was your Satan impersonation.
Well, I mean, it's my Dr. Claw plus a bit more.
Okay. Let's see.
First,
anytime Doctor Who wants to like ramp up the drama, all it has to do is like make the TARDIS disappear.
Right? Every time. Like this isn't really a spoiler because I'm not considering this a spoiler because this is going to happen here on out forever and ever.
It's happened several times already, and it's definitely going to happen a lot more.
Mm-hmm. It's the genre of the Doctor and his companion going on a space station, and then all of a sudden the TARDIS gets thrown off the space station for some reason.
Yeah.
And they're trapped. No one. It happens. There's at least one of these episodes every season.
Yeah, it's like the Daleks. They're legally required to include it in every season.
Right. I mean, for the Daleks, I understand why.
Yeah.
All because they put the Daleks and Looney Tunes back in action.
Yeah.
Matt Jones, he wrote this episode. What else did he do?
He's on Doctor Who. All he's done were these 2 episodes, and then he also did an episode of Torchwood.
Ooh, he looks super familiar. Sorry.
He did an episode called Dead Man Walking. But like literally that's all he's done on Doctor Who is like those 3 things, and then
oh my gosh, he did Brightburn, the James Gunn movie about the evil, like if Superman was evil from the beginning or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a dark take on Superman.
Right. He did Home. Oh gosh, no. Okay, he's been in a lot of stuff. He's directed a couple things.
But he also acts.
Oh wait, no, I'm looking up the wrong Matt Jones.
I think you are. Mine was literally just showing him as a screenwriter, and he's got like a handful of credits.
Yeah, here we go. I found the right one. Sorry. Yeah, that was my fault. Yeah, the guy I was looking at was an actor. That's why he looked familiar.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. My fault. My bad. Yeah. Who did Sorry, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
I liked that the Doctor's worst fear was settling down.
Right. And that was a nice moment between him and Rose, which we'll get into a little bit more in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
So many 6s.
there was just so many sixes in this episode, and like just all the like revelation biblical allusions were just not
Mhm.
subtle at all.
Right. No, literally, like they said, we are Legion. I'm like, oh, that's a demon.
Yeah, there was the oh, it was one of the demons that Jesus exorcises, and they call themselves Legion
That
because they
was the
were many.
pig. That was the one where the guy where Jesus threw the demons into the
Yeah,
pig,
he cast them out into the pigs, and they like run off of the
a
cliff
cliff.
and drown themselves in the sea.
Right.
Um, yeah, and then like all the uses of hell, the 666s.
Mm-hmm.
They mention like several names for Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then just like Toby having like the red eyes and
He looks like a cheap Darth Maul cosplayer.
yeah, it came across as very campy.
Right. No, it literally looked like he slept in and like he was like at a youth group slumber
Yeah,
sleep in or something, and like he slept in and like uh he's a very heavy sleeper, and so all the kids just drew dicks on his faces or
right.
something.
I was just thinking that like at least he didn't wake up with ticks on his face.
Right.
Uh,
um okay, you know the doctor commented on what's her I didn't bother to learn these people's names except Toby.
yeah,
Um no turning back. Oh, you had to say no turning back. That's as bad as saying nothing could possibly go wrong.
yeah.
I mean, literally, the other guy said it's probably nothing, so
I think it was Ida. Was that her name?
maybe. But listen, whenever someone says it's probably nothing, check it out. It is definitely something.
It's always this happens so much in fiction. It's always something.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's not
Um,
just Doctor Who, it's everything.
yeah, it's like in not every show, but like a lot of things that are like trying to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say, "Oh, it's probably nothing."
Mm-hmm. Also, we had the first appearance of the Ood.
Ooh,
I
and they were
meant to
very
make
odd.
they were very Ood. Um, and Rose asked the question: since when do humans need slaves?
Rose, have you been paying
Rose,
attention?
you didn't do too well in history class, did you, Rose?
Rose, humans have had. I mean, they've never needed slaves, but they have had slaves
That's true,
for basically all of existence.
right? There are still slaves in the world today.
Yeah, there are still slaves today. So maybe go pop open a history book again, Rose,
Yeah,
or a current events book.
right.
Any book, Rose.
Hmm. Also, the soldier they weren't shooting the Ood. Why?
They just like were letting the Ood approach them,
Closer and
very
closer
menacingly.
and closer. Literally, the captain dude said, um, if they move, shoot, or something. I think he said something like that. They moved so much.
Which, like, them shooting the people they had enslaved on Doctor Who maybe would not be a very good look, but uh, this is
Still.
this is a corner you wrote yourself into, Matt
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah, for real. I can see why these are his only episodes.
Yeah.
um,
And then when the Ood like throws the orb on the dude's head and
I
it like
lost
sticks,
it. I lost it.
I was crying. It was like those little like sticky hands. It's like they
That you
threw
get
one of
out of
those
the
sticky
quarter,
hands.
like you get out of the quarter machine.
Yeah. You remember throwing one of those at your sibling's head and it getting
Oh
stuck.
yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely.
That's what it looked like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and just I don't know. I was going to get into some mental health in this episode, but it's just too hokey and pokey. It's not even worth it.
Yeah. I'm with you there. There was one point when I mean I'm not fully with you, but there was one point when this episode really freaked me out because I was, a young evangelical kid
Mm-hmm.
and
Same.
a lot of this imagery feels very similar to what was like targeted at us as kids to like, you
to
know,
fear to fear Satan and to scare us into God's loving arms.
right, which like is absolutely not my jam these days. Like my theology is very different than it used to be, and so
Exactly.
now I look back on this and I just kind of find it hokey.
It really is. It really is. Like, it really is.
Yeah,
No, I get you. Like, no, I have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder and whatnot. It just, back in the day, it really used to bother me. And I was kind of worried because it's been very long time since I've seen this episode.
yeah,
So going into it, I was kind of worried and anxious about it.
that it would like
It
trigger
was
something.
right. I was kind of worried it would trigger some bad memories and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, it was hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah. I'm really glad it's something that we can kind of like make fun of now.
Right.
I think it definitely shows how much, how much we've grown as people and learned to deal with like kind of our past issues in a way.
Yeah, for real. And that's all the non-spoiler notes I have.
Okay, let's get into spoilers.
Oh, I guess that's all you have too.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Okay. Spoiler warning.
Oh,
I had to do that a little more intense.
that was intense. You gave my little evangelical heart a spook.
Oh no. Yeah, I only have one spoiler note.
Okay.
Really, this is the only time we ever see the Tin and Rose have a romantical moment.
Yeah,
before they confess their love to each other in Doomsday.
Yeah, there was a couple like moments in this episode where they had some romantic chemistry. And I feel like it's weird because I feel like Nine and Rose had a lot more romantic chemistry.
I agree.
Like their relationship building up to their kiss at the end of the season, it felt a lot more natural. Whereas,
right, come on, and we're going off of the line of "I think you need a doctor."
Yeah,
that had more chemistry than this. Like, no, I think David Tennant and Billie Piper have great chemistry. I just don't think they really play off the romantic chemistry that well.
Yeah, they have great friendly chemistry, and I feel we've seen a lot of that. Like they feel like very good friends, but this is the first time that they've really felt more romantic.
Right. I mean, Jack and Nine had more romantic chemistry.
Oh yeah, they had some great romantic chemistry. My other spoiler note was just that drilling in Doctor Who is always bad.
Yeah. What the Hungry Earth and Cold Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Series 5.
Which was, I feel like there are some similar vibes to that, but that's just a much better two-parter to me.
It is, and it's actually a Chris Chibnall episode.
Huh. Sometimes Chris gets it right.
Yeah, except
sometimes he gets it very wrong.
Except the Timeless Children.
Yeah.
There we go again. But we're going to be talking about that until we die. Listen, Kendall, if one of us dies first and we don't get to the Timeless Children, the other one has to continue the show.
The show must continue until the Timeless Children happens.
Yeah.
Like, we need to go ahead and figure out who our successor is going to be if one of us dies.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a podcast that does this. It's a podcast where they every year at Thanksgiving they watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Really?
And they made a pact. I don't remember how many people it is. I think it's 4 or 5 dudes, but they made a pact that if one of them, if they die, they have like a successor lined up to take their place on the show.
That's incredible.
It's called Till Death Do Us Blart. It's very funny.
My gosh, I love it. I love it.
Anyway, so that's what the show is. It's
Yep.
still timeless children.
Do us part.
I don't know. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, we'll workshop it.
We'll think of a name for this podcast that we've been doing for.
Yeah, the podcast we're already almost done with the second season of.
Yeah, call it something like a pod in time and relative dimension in space or something.
I don't know.
That's a bit wordy.
Who knows anymore? And also, just apologies for how short the last episode is and how short this episode probably is going to be. And probably just how short the next few episodes are going to be.
The Fatal 5 are going to probably be our shortest episodes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're sticking to the name.
It's growing on me.
Right. Yeah, no, it'll end with Fear Her on November 28th.
Yeah. And then we'll get back into good episodes.
Yay! And also, no, I'm not going to mention that yet. I'll wait a little bit later.
Okay.
I'll wait till I don't know when I'll mention that. I don't know. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
Let's end it.
Yeah. Let's end it so we can look forward to the next time. Because next time it'll be Series 2, Episode 9, The Satan Pit.